Hey everyone, this is Tom Desmond of Apricot Law with a detailed analysis of your top local competitors for this phrase, Detroit car accident lawyer. As you know, being ranked in the top 3, which is right here, for this phrase is going to bring a lot of car accident cases. So in this video, what I'm going to do is pick through the most important elements, which are relevance and authority, to these top websites so you can see exactly how they got up there into that spot. And more importantly, show you how to outrank them and get those calls and cases. We do have one free offer. It's a red button right above the video, which click it and you'll get a free website audit video shot by me. So what I'll do is I'll go through your website and I'll point out all the on-site issues, off-site issues, look at your links, and I'll compare them to these top-ranking sites so you can see what it takes to outrank them. And I'll include a very clear plan of action. So click that button. It's totally free. No strings attached. Okay, let's jump in. Here's the phrase, Detroit car accident lawyer. At the top here, we have pay-per-click. It's AdWords. We know that the bounce rate is terrible. Which means people come to the site and then they leave right away, maybe because it's an ad. They have their guard up, and I'm not sure. But we know it's a waste of money. Here is Maps, which is very important. However, this is going to be disappearing soon, so I'm not going to talk about that. Here's the winner circle, 1, 2, and 3. This is where 80% of the clicks go. So it's where we want to be, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Now I want to draw your attention to this section right here, this little toolbar that I have. It's a plugin. What it does is it pulls these SEO analytic tools into the search engine results pages, so I can see the numbers here. So before I start talking about these numbers, and think about these numbers like strength numbers or health meters. They're numbered from 1 to 100. 100 is the highest. And the numbers are determined by websites linking into this website. So if you have a lot of trustworthy, strong, authoritative, and relevant websites linking into your website, these numbers go up. The trust number goes up. The authority numbers go up. So it's like the website is gaining in strength and health, and healthy, strong websites always bubble up to the top. So that's what these tools are for, to show me or show us how strong a website is and what is required to beat it. So let's jump in. And I won't be able to go into all of these numbers, but I'll point out a couple of them. We'll go through. So I just want you to see the real strength of your competitors, so you know exactly what it's going to take to beat them. And all of these websites can be outranked, so let's talk about that. All right, in the number 1 spot, the top site has a trust flow of 50 for the homepage and 39 for the ranking page. These are good numbers. I see a lot of websites in the top 3 they have trust flow of 25, 26, 27. I've analyzed thousands of law firm websites. This is a pretty strong one. So this is no joke. And trust flow comes from the trustworthiness of the websites that are linking to the site that we're analyzing. And also, topical trust flow is important. So that's really what trust flow is. It looks at the topic of the website linking to you as well. So this one is society and law. Majority of the websites linking into this law firm website are law related, which is very important, as opposed to being like a shopping site or an art site or a yoga site or something. It's a good number. The next number I want to talk about is PA. It's page authority, and it's from the Moz tool, and this ranking page is a 38. That's pretty good. I've seen some websites with page authority of 25, 26 in the top spot. This 38 is pretty strong. We crank up some of our page authorities in the 50s, 51, 52. So when you're at that level of page authority, you can pretty much rank for anything, and that's what our sites do. And page authority just comes from backlinks without regard to the topic of the website. It's just the authority of the other websites linking to you, push your website authority up. This is another tool called Ahrefs, and it gives us a lot of information, but I'll just point out these 2 numbers. The total links pointing into this website are almost 12,000. And then the links pointing into the ranking page, which is this actual page here, is 121. So that's a pretty nice number. A more important number than total links is RD, which is referring domains. This number means 798 different websites are linking into this website. And of course, we can take this a step further and actually see which what the actual websites are. And maybe I'll show you that. That might be interesting. I'm going to click this tool just because I'm curious. So this is interesting. This is another great tool. It's called SEMrush. It gives us tons of valuable information, but I just want to point out 3 numbers here. That top site is ranked for 12,800 keywords, and they're all listed here. The tool has a huge index of what's happening on Google, and it throws it all in there, so we can sort by where the website is ranked, how many times that keyword is searched, what the keyword is worth if you were to pay for it with pay-per-click, etc. And the website's getting almost 5,000 visitors a month. That's pretty good. That's a good amount of visitors in this market. And then this is a really important number. Traffic cost, it's really traffic value. What this tool is, this number is, and what this tool tells us is that in order to get the organic traffic or get the same traffic with pay-per-click as they are getting organically, you'd have to spend $280,000 a month. So just think about that for a second. What firm do you know that would have $280,000 a month to throw at pay-per-click? If you have that kind of money, you can spend a 16th of that on organic SEO and completely crush these results, right? Because you know they're not spending that kind of money on pay-per-click. This is all organic, all right? So I hope that makes sense. The number 2 spot. Now I just want to point out the difference in these numbers. And it's not all these numbers. This is only part of the equation. This is just the authoritative part of the equation. The full equation is relevance and authority. So relevance is everything on your site. If your on-site stuff is set up perfectly, and then you start building your authority, you rank. It's like both of those things have to work together. But if we're just going to look at authority, let's compare the numbers. Trust flow here is a 50. Trust flow here is a 41. So naturally, it's in the second position. The page authority here is a 38. Page authority here is a 34. 798 referring domains in the number 1 spot, 243 referring domains in the number 2 spot. And those numbers drop off even further in the number 3 spot. So there's 19, the trust flow is 19, page authority is 25, and the referring domains is 225. And it's not always this obvious. Sometimes the number 3 position will have a stronger page authority, but maybe there's something missing on site. So both of those things have to work together perfectly. Now I want to show you something, because I know this site, I've analyzed it. It doesn't have the sharpest on-site SEO. It's not bad, but I can use one of our sites, to better illustrate how to set up your on-page SEO. So I'm going to do that. Salt Lake City car accident lawyer. Here's our client number 1 and number 2. It takes up 2 spots. And let's talk about this. So that was the phrase, Salt Lake City car accident lawyer, and I'm going to talk about on-page SEO now. Look at that URL. Just very simple. It's not rocket science. It matches the key phrase perfectly. The page title matches the key phrase perfectly as well. It's just very simple. We added the call to action. The meta description is no longer a ranking factor, but it is important to write these by hand so you can get that call to action in there. Because if you leave it blank, Google will choose some text from your page. And then H1s and H2s. I'm just going to adjust my mic here because it's blowing me out. H1s and H2s are super important. The H1 needs to match the keyword, the most commonly searched phrase. And that's not auto attorney, auto accident attorney, or auto crash attorney. It's car accident lawyer. That's the most commonly searched phrase. And we also put call to action in there. Check out these H2 tags. These are really important. H2 tags are more like article style headlines. They're a little longer. They're designed to guide the reader down the page, and also have some synonyms and other commonly searched phrases in them. And that's what this does. So this is where you get your synonym, auto rec, and some other commonly searched phrases and points of interest like prove negligence, gathering evidence. We got the word claim in there. We got the word court in there a couple times. And then we put the keyword in there again. So that's a good example of an H2 tags. And I'll show you what they are. This is an H1. That's the bigger one, the main keyword. And then these smaller red headlines are H2 tags. Right. So now this is important. This is the most, I'm going to open up all these menus. You see what I'm doing here on the left. This is probably the most powerful thing that anybody with a business who has a website can do. And that is to provide lots of relevant information for your readers. That's what Google's looking for ultimately. Their main objective is to promote websites that have lots of relevant content. And it's not rocket science. Again, I love to say that because it's very simple. You find the keywords. We've already done all the research. The keywords that are most commonly searched and most commonly clicked on websites, and you provide that information for your prospects to read. So it does a couple of things. One, it helps Google to see that you're providing great relevant information. And Google wants to choose websites that are doing just that. They want to find sources of information. So when you have a lot of relevant content, and if it's set up properly with the proper SEO and internal linking, you get points for that in Google's eyes. The other thing is when a prospect comes on your site and they see these links over here, some of these are going to pertain to that reader. So they're going to click something. Oh, I had a head injury in my car accident, so this must be relevant information. This suits my situation. So they're going to click on it. When someone clicks on something on your site, Google sees that, and your bounce rate goes down. And websites with low bounce rates are very easy to rank. Google loves websites that people click around on because it's a clear indicator that it's a valuable source of information. So you want to have content that suits them perfectly. What I see in a lot of websites is content. I was going to use that as an example, but content that doesn't pertain to the subject of the page. So you don't want to put your nursing home neglect or dog bite or slip and fall pages in your car accident silo. You want to keep it all focused on car accidents. So all of these are common causes, common injuries, common types, frequently asked questions, all car, truck, motorcycle. Okay. Now look what happens when you have that set up properly. Google loves your site so much that anytime you search anything with head injury, car accident, Salt Lake City, that was one of those long tail phrases that I clicked on in the sidebar. You take up number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. That's 5 spots, the top 5 spots for head injury from car accident. Let's change that to brain injury. Same thing. Number 1, number 2, number 3, right? You get the idea. So how did we do that? It's with on-site SEO and good links. So I'll run down that quickly again. Here's the main car accident page. When you add another page to it and you create that child-parent relationship, this turns into a folder. So this folder starts to become very strong when you start adding a lot of these other supporting pages to it. So this is the head injury page supporting the car accident page. If you can see all the on-site SEO, it all matches that phrase. The H1 tags with the call to action and keywords in there. Same thing with the H2 tags. They all suit head injuries, right? Doctor, benefits of hiring, a car accident head injury lawyer, long-term care for head injury, etc. And it has the same custom sidebar as the top of the silo. So that's the idea, common type. So and anytime you search any of these head-on collision, common injuries, whatever it is, we take up half the page. So this firm is getting a ton of traffic. So that's how that's done. I hope this video is helpful. I try to cover a bunch of different things. We looked at some of your top local competitors, and we looked at those authority numbers, trust flow, page authority, total links, referring domains, and then we started to pick apart some of those sites, but found it better to actually look at one of our clients to see how to set up your site. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me. I'm easy to reach and easy to talk to, and you should definitely hit that button and get the free website audit video so I can sort through your website and shoot a video for you to see exactly what's going on and exactly what it's going to take to outrank those competitors of yours. All right, all the best, and I hope to talk to you soon.